the problem is that girls are making a lot of assumptions,
right,
about that.
Yes.
And thinking that they maybe don't need friendships, or they're not having the courage to step up and be their friend. Or they're being jealous, and they're wanting to put them down because they don't understand that they don't need to be jealous.
And it doesn't diminish you by including someone else. It actually builds your character and makes you more beautiful by being inclusive. But this is what I'm talking about, being taught at a young age that other girls are competition, or we don't need to include, or
and I'm here to tell you, and here's a secret. I had the same experience with September. September was prettier than me, and I know, you hate it when I say that, but if we're just talking and it doesn't, it's fine, and I feel beautiful. Don't worry about it, you guys. I feel beautiful too. But I'm just saying, like, as a young girl, when you have insecurities and you want boys to look at you or like you, or people to like you, September was just like a 10, right? And so a lot of people wanted to be around her. Boys wanted to date her. I saw that, you guys, not threatening, but as an asset. I was her friend, and I loved her, and I knew she was beautiful, but I knew who she was on the inside, and that's where our friendship was based, not on your looks.
Right.
But the fact that everybody wanted to date her, we were like, yeah, we got September with us, and we learned as friends, lead with the fact that September is going to be there and everyone's going to want to come, and that's okay. It's not competitive. We all elevate. We all had more fun. We all would show up at a party and everyone wanted to come because maybe they heard September was going to be there. And I know that makes you super uncomfortable, but I just want to tell people, don't be threatened. Instead, think of people as how they can elevate you. Because you are
that someone brings more to the table than how they appear.
Yes.
Because
that's why everyone wanted to be around you, because you were beautiful on the inside.
I'm saying, thank you. but going back to that story about my daughter, she's the kindest soul. She is. She's really beautiful on the inside. But she talked about an experience where she had been invited to go to lunch with these girls, and the bell rang, and she ran out. She kept texting them, they're not answering, and she ran out, and they were all getting in the car, and they saw her, and she was running up to the car, and they said, "Sorry, we don't have room," and then they drove off. And this happened a few times where she would run after cars, and she was just crushed. Or she would text and say, "Hey, can I come with you to this football game?" "Oh, sorry, we don't have space." And I just think that we need to do better. We need to teach our kids better. If you have plans with friends and someone calls or someone texts, and they say, "Hey, what are you doing tonight?" You include them. I mean, and I think that those things I tried to teach my girls, and they saw through their own experiences. I need to have empathy for other people, that even if someone's not in my tight group, that if they ask, say what you're doing, you don't say, "Oh, can I do something another time?" You say, "Why don't you come with us?"
Yes. And here's what's amazing to me. And I have 3 daughters, so I've experienced the same thing. I have such
beautiful daughters. Yes.
I have beautiful daughters that have had similar struggles. But without going into all of that, the point I want to make is, so many times somebody will say they can't do something, and then they'll go do something and post it.
Right.
I'm so confused by that.
Yes.
Why do you think you're going to get ahead with that? Right? Just tell the truth.
Right.
Just be honest. But sometimes you don't have room in the car because you physically don't have room. Right. But do something, don't just say, "Oh, sorry, I don't have room."
Right.
Maybe you can come up with another solution. Maybe someone jumps out and says, "I'll ride with you."
Yes.
Or let's take another car.
Someone else who has a car.
Yeah, there's somebody else who's going to have a car. And so you don't just leave somebody in the parking lot to feel left out. You come up with okay, let's divide now and let's take 2 cars because now we need more space.
Right.